everyone, it's Todd here from Baking with Foxhella Kitchen. Join me today as I show you a fun, simple recipe as we go back to school, and I show you how to make school pizza, only on Baking with Foxhella Kitchen. Foxhella fam, I'm Todd and welcome to Baking with Foxhella Kitchen. Well, as I said top of the show, we're heading back to school. Today I want to show you how to make school pizza. It's a fun, simple recipe that you can make anytime, and it brings back so many fun memories. It's simple, easy, and of course, so good. So if you're ready, then let's have some fun. Alright guys, to go ahead and start our school pizza, what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I have my trusty pan here. I'm going to take a tablespoon of shortening and spread it evenly on the bottom of my baking sheet here. Now Dave, do you remember what your school pizza was like?
It was delicious. Ours was amazing.
Yeah, now I know this is probably not as similar to what I had in school. I'm hoping this is relatively close. So Mom, if you're watching, correct me if I'm wrong. So I think that looks pretty good there.
It's pretty spread out, yeah.
And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take a tablespoon and a half of cornmeal and just kind of spread it evenly over top the baking sheet here. How are we looking here, Dave?
Looking good. Maybe tip the sheet and get it to go a little bit. There you go. There you go. Get it to go to the sides. Okay.
Yeah, and then we're going to set this aside and move on. Alright guys, next up we're going to go ahead and make our dough. To start off, I'm going to take 1 2/3 cup of water. Roughly about 110 to 115 degrees. And to that, I'm going to add 1 packet of yeast. Well, I think this is a first, Dave.
Didn't get it everywhere.
Yeah, usually, anytime we have a Foxhella episode and I use yeast, what happens?
Something goes everywhere, yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and just whisk this together, just get the yeast dissolved. And we're going to let it sit here for about 5 minutes. It should be getting nice and frothy by then.
Okay.
Alright, it's been about 5 minutes here, and as you see, our yeast water is nice and frothy. Let's go ahead and make the rest of our dough. Next up, I'm going to add 2.5 cups of flour.
Okay.
To that, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of instant dry milk powder.
Okay.
Too bad I don't have any powdered toast. And yes, that is a joke for those of you who know the reference. To that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Okay.
1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And 1.5 teaspoons of oil. And I'm going to put on the whisk attachment. Now you guys may be wondering at home why the whisk attachment. I'm not quite sure with this. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a different dough.
Yes.
But yeah, it'll work out in the end. So, and then we're going to run the whisk attachment here for 10 minutes. And your dough may be lumpy, but that's okay.
Okay.
Alright guys, it's been about 10 minutes here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to scrape the sides here, and then we're going to spread this into our baking sheet that we prepped, and I'll show you how we do that here in a sec. Alright guys, as I said, what we're going to go ahead and do is our batter that we just made in our mixer. We're just going to pour this directly into our sheet pan here. And Dave and I even agreed whenever we were looking at this reminds you more of like a cake batter. It's not necessarily like the pizza dough that you would actually kind of expect, so to speak. So, yeah, let me see if I can kind of get this scraped pretty good here. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get with it.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is just kind of spread this out across the sheet pan. Now you guys know at home, anytime I've done a cake, it's usually been a little bit of a nightmare. So please bear with me if you guys are watching and just screaming at me, no, that's not right, that's not right. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to let this rest here for 20 minutes and just let everything set up here. And we'll move on.
All right.
Now that our dough is resting, let's go ahead and make our sauce. Now, many guys at home may not like to make your own traditional sauce. You may just want to get store brand, but coming from my own personal experience, I like making my own sauce, and this is very similar to the sauce recipe I used whenever I worked at my pizza shop Italian restaurant job that I did many years ago. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take 6 ounces of tomato paste. Get all that good tomato paste out of here. To that, I'm going to add a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce.
Okay.
Half a teaspoon of oregano. Quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper. Teaspoon of sugar. And what I think makes the sauce, 1 to 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. And we're just going to mix this together. And then you can either refrigerate it or set it aside until you're ready to make your pizza.
Yes, this is way more sauce than you need for this pizza, but it's delicious. You can use it for anything.
Yeah, actually, you met me whenever I was working at Anthony's.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
And you saw how many buckets of stuff I would make of this during the week. So. Yeah, Dave was pretty much a very loyal customer at Anthony's whenever I worked there many years ago. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. All right, who's ready to make our pizza? So let's go ahead and start off with our sauce. Now, Dave, do you like a lot of sauce or?
No, not a lot. Start with a little bit and see how far it goes. I think that's probably more than enough.
Well, as you know, I like to scrape the sides with everything here, so go ahead and get our sauce going here. And just kind of get it spread out the best you can. How are we looking here, Dave?
Good.
Don't have to be necessarily pretty with this at this point. Am I wrong?
No, you don't have to make it look pretty.
Okay. And to that, I'm going to add in, well, how much? An 8-ounce
We're
block?
going to add 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese, about 2 cups if you shred it.
Yes. And why do we shred our own cheese, Dave?
Because the pre-shredded cheese has an anti-clumping dust on it that keeps it from being as melty. keeps it from clumping together in the bag, but it also keeps it from being as melty or cheesy.
So, with that being said, our friends at Miller Moments, if you guys are watching, that is your explanation with that.
Mm-hmm.
I know this was a discussion I had with Dennis here the other day on that, and we had mentioned it before, so guess what?
Yeah.
We're going to mention it again. So there is your reason, and that is your Did You Know fact of the week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what good pizza would be complete without pepperoni?
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and top this with pepperoni. Trying to get as much as the pepperoni goodness I can on here. I don't think you can go wrong with pepperoni, can you, Dave?
No.
And with this being our back to school episode, what was your favorite class at school?
Oh my. Probably English.
English? And why?
We had English lit, and it was a cool class.
What did you learn in that?
We did a lot of Shakespeare, a lot of early stuff. It was a good class.
Good. And with me, I would have to agree. English, and then also dramatic reading and production with Mrs. Stiles at Central Martinsburg High School. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this back in the oven for about, 20 minutes, Dave?
10 to 15, till the cheese starts to turn brown.
And we will get it out and see how we did. Now it's time for my favorite part, the taste test. So let's see how we did here. Got a little piece of it here. Simple, tasty, and of course, so good. You guys are gonna love it. Enjoy. Encourage you to check out our friends and support channels listed in the description below. But before I go, always remember, it's good times and good food only on Baking with Foxella Kitchen. We'll see y'all soon. If you like this video or any of our other videos,
be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for future shows.